Hello, this is Jay Bo here. And I just wanted to say a word for Anchor. That's the platform that I use to do my podcast on. And I'll tell you why, because it's the easiest way to make a podcast. I mean, you are listening to the guy that is the most technologically challenged guy on the planet sometimes. And I get so frustrated. It's a miracle I haven't thrown more laptops and desktops through a window. But Anchor gives you everything you need in one place, and it's free. Like you can use it right now from your phone or computer, right? And the creation tools to record are really easy to edit and add music and all that. Again, trust me, because I don't like complicated when it comes down to technology. In fact, they even do the distribution for you. They put it out there on podcasts and Apple and Google, et cetera, et cetera. So you can actually easily make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, like while you're growing that. So I encourage you, go to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started right away and start your own podcast. Hey, best of luck to you and strength and honor to you. Good afternoon, Jay Bo here, living with strength and honor. Coming to you on a lovely, what is today? Today is Thursday. It's kind of funny, even for a guy that runs two companies from the comfort of his home office, has lost track of time with all this going on. There is no dividing line between who's where, right? My son's at home. Julie's at home. It's just, it's all a little weird for us, which brings me to the theme of today's podcast, and that is Winston Churchill's famous line, "Never let a good crisis go to waste." That term has been used repeatedly. I hear it a lot inside, I think, of conservative circles, as they accuse the media of some diabolical scheme to share doom and gloom to create certain political outcomes. Well, I would agree that the media is all up on their doom and gloom bit. And that is their job, right? If it bleeds, it leads, speaking of quotes. But I don't think there's a diabolical agenda that they're attuned to. I think their agenda is eyeballs on their TV, eyeballs on their shows and episodes and whatever, right? And so the more breaking news and panic and problems and upset that they can broadcast, the more you're going to watch. That's just the fact. If, as some of you propose, the national news media, especially the 24-hour news channels, were just cheerleaders and were happy, like stupid radio morning shows all the time, you would never watch. Let's just be clear. So you like a good train wreck just as much as everyone else, which all has to do with this idea of never waste a good crisis. See, so people say that politicians use that, and I think that that's what Churchill was saying. I think he was saying that you can use a crisis to get people to act, to get people to behave in a certain way. And that's all true. But I would propose that you can see that differently. There's a really great scene in The Hunt for Red October, which is, Sean Connery and Baldwin, and really, really cool movie. It's probably more of a guy film. But in it, they're in this submarine and a fire breaks out in the galley. And a fire in a submarine is obviously a pretty freaky thing, right? Very confined space, only so much oxygen, et cetera, et cetera. No way to bail out. And in the middle of this fire, the captain calls for a missile drill right in the middle of this fire. And just as it's being sort of extinguished and gotten under control, he calls his lieutenant back up to the command space of the submarine to run this missile drill and to parrot some orders, as is their protocol, right? It's Denzel Washington. And later on, Denzel is trying to chastise the captain for having a missile drill in the middle of this crisis, middle of this problem. He's like, man, it could have gotten out of hand. We could have, some serious shit could have happened. And the captain says, it's so great. I think in the middle of a crisis is the perfect time to call a missile drill. And he's right. So here's the thing, right, is that, you can't expect your toughest challenges to come in your times of greatest ease and preparation. That's just not the way life works, right? Life doesn't say, hey, listen, next Thursday, it's going to be a pretty traumatic and dramatic day for you. So you need to just go ahead and get ready between now and then. Prepare yourself for this drama that's coming down. I mean, that'd be nifty, but that ain't the way it works, ladies and gentlemen. And you know that, right? The world outside, the world out there, the external forces of this world kind of don't give a shit about you and your agenda. They kind of don't give a fuck if you got this or that plan. They don't care if you're having a good day or a bad day. They don't give a shit. It don't care. The universe could give a flying shit about what's on your to-do list. It's going to deliver to you what it delivers to you. And we can have a whole conversation about whether that's God offering you opportunities to learn, but I'll save that for some minister or priest Sunday sermon. I would tell you that why would you let a good crisis go to waste? Right now, we're in the middle of this coronavirus crisis, right? And it's got everybody kind of upside down. Our routines are off. Our expectations of the future seem to be uncertain. Some of us are facing financial strains and stress. Our lives are totally just sort of crazy. So we're in this constant crisis situation. And there's two things that people are going to do about this. The one path that some are going to choose is they're going to choose to lay up on the couch, stuff their fucking face with crap food, and watch television until mommy and daddy say they can leave the house again. Like a fucking 12-year-old punished for bad grades or stealing cookies. They're going to sit around and wait for permission to act. Then they're going to try to go back in time and recapture what they knew as life 4 weeks ago, which maybe by then it'll be 6 or 7 weeks. And that's one path. And if you're listening, you're probably going to be on this second path. And this second path is fuck that. Not letting this crisis go to waste. While I am under this extra pressure, while I am facing this crisis, while the people around me are uncertain and unclear about what is next, is a great time for me to sharpen the saw, a great time for me to work on my battle skills, a great time for me to expand my skill set and mindset, a great time to increase my capacity and expand the possibilities of my life. I had a great conversation with a professional on Monday who has a sales team. And our discussion went like this. Listen, your sales team, let's say if there's 10 possible skill sets they could have in their outside sales job, they were deploying 2, maybe 3 of them. They were visiting the people's businesses, right? Arranging lunches, seeing them at the Rotary meetings, trading skin and shaking hands and all that, and making the occasional phone call or email. Now, most of that has been taken from them. They've been forced to explore some new ways to continue to sell and cultivate their relationships. So they're having to learn how to deploy email better than before. They're having to learn how to do virtual meetings. They're having to get a little better on the phone. They're having to find and explore whole new ways to stay connected to their client and to close some fucking business. But here's the beautiful thing. When we get to the other side of this crisis, those people on that man's team, they're going to have all of those skill sets available to them. They're still going to have like when we open the doors again, the option to go to the luncheons, to arrange to have lunch with clients and dinners and drinks and whatever. They can still plan the little golf outings and the whatnots and, take them to events. Stop by the office, pretend like they're best friends with their assistants. But they will have added to their tool bag how to more effectively use email, how to more effectively make phone calls, how to more effectively do virtual calls and save themselves time and create greater efficiencies. They will have expanded their skill set in the area of sales. They would have shifted their mindset out of this is the only way to do business to a whole new way of doing business. If they're taking advantage of this crisis to do so. I tell that story to tell you, what are you waiting for? Why are you waiting for permission to go back and try to recapture the past? The past is over. It is gone. There will be a new normal when this crisis ends. Just like there was a new normal after 9/11 that we just accept that that's the way that it is, right? After this crisis, there will be a new normal established. And the only question is, will you come out of the other side of this thing with a new set of skills and mindsets and abilities and expanded capacities and expanded possibilities? You can come out of this thing stronger, better, wiser, more durable, more agile, prepared to handle the tiny distractions and obstacles that come at like pebbles instead of boulders. You can make the most of this situation to improve your stock. Or you can sit around and wait till mommy tells you can go outside and play again. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got for you today. I hope that message triggers something. I hope that it goes like, aha, no shit, what am I waiting for? Leaders lead, folks. All the rest, just get behind. I know when this crisis ends, I want to be at the very front edge. Like starting a race, like starting a 10K. I don't want to be in the back with the pack. I want to be on the front line with the best, ready to explode and catapult my way into this new future, whatever the hell it looks like. I challenge you to do the same. Take a look at where you can sharpen your saw, where you can sharpen the blades of your sword, and come out of this thing stronger and better and more prepared to kick ass than you ever have been before. So that's what I got for you. I hope that helps you out in some kind of way, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that we get to connect in the near future. If we have not worked together in the past, I have you consider the 5-day productivity challenge. It's coming up April 27th. For the amazing, amazing price of $0. This 5-day challenge is going to be my gift that I am giving away right now during this crisis to help people see a different possibility. I would love to have you in. Find me on Facebook. DM me your email. I'd be glad to add you to the list, or I can send you the link where you can do it there. So I hope we get to connect in the future. But if we don't, I hope you have an amazing day and strength and honor to you.